Hello, my name is Patricia Takam, and my topic is Apply the Social Ecological Model by McLeroy to the Condom Use Promotion Program among sex clients of sex workers in southern India. I have to describe how the condom use promotion program activities align or do not align with concept of reciprocal causation and the five levels of influence described in the social ecological model. Did the program focus on any particular level of influence? First of all, I will define what reciprocal causation is. Reciprocal causation occurs when two or more events have simultaneously causal effects upon each other. It is the relationship between two events where the second one called effect is a consequence of the first one called cause. An individual behaviors shaped by his social environment. So what does this mean? I will give an example. Let's say you are at the park with your friend, and your friend starts picking up garbage off the floor. Now, his actions, when people see it, they'll be like, wow, and they'll be smiling and happy. So you, because you also want people to be smiling at your actions, you also go and you also go and pick up garbage from the floor and watch out for people to be laughing at what you just did. So that's an example of what reciprocal causation is. What is the social ecological model? It is a theory-based framework for understanding the multifaceted and interactive effects of personal and environmental factors that determine behaviors and for identifying behavioral and organizational leverage points and intermediaries for health promotion within organizations. And this model was proposed by McLeroy and al., and it has five levels, which are individual, interpersonal, community, organizational, and public policy. So, why why did the project staff went ahead with this campaign? They noticed that male clients of sex workers did not use condoms when they were visiting um, sex workers. So um, the goal of this campaign was to increase the use of condom among male clients of sex workers and eventually prevent sexually transmissible diseases like HIV/AIDS. So I would describe how this program and its activities align to some of the aspects described by McLeroy in his social economical ecological model. First of all, the participants of the campaign were grouped in two groups, the behaviors and the non-behaviors. The behaviors are considered are considered as being those using condoms, and the non-behaviors are those considered not using condoms when visiting sex workers. So, and all those participants had some beliefs. They thought that condoms could burst during sex. That's why they were not using it. Condoms were um, insufficient in length and they might slip out. Condoms could cause black spots on the penis, and a person who is strong and healthy cannot get HIV, whomever he has sex with. Also, they thought that HIV is not a big problem in the country and very few people could actually get it. They also thought that HIV only happened in big cities and that if they had unprotected sex with somebody who is, let's say, HIV positive, they could not carry the disease because if they withdrew that themselves before ejaculation, they will not get it. So from this belief, we can understand that they are not educated about the disease, about what HIV is. They don't know how they don't know how one can contract the disease. So there is an issue of education here in the first place. So the project staff went ahead and they started educating the male participants about the use of condoms, and the male participants were told and trained about on the proper use of condoms, and they were told that if they have to go to sex workers, they always need to have a condom, and if they want to go with anybody, they should always have a condom. So that condoms, if that condoms will not burst or slip off if they are used correctly. And all these were done using some activities like street plays, group discussions, condom demonstrations, and interpersonal communication. After implementing those activities, the project staff started monitoring the results. So they noticed that the condom use went up from 63% in May 2006 to 81% in May 2007, which is a big change, which means that people were actually listening and following the demonstrations and all the group discussions they were having. The the project staff also noticed that multiple repetitions of the activities accelerated the pace of change. And also the social support, beliefs, and perceived severity were variables that were strongly associated with condom use. So, male clients with positive beliefs about condoms were 5.12 times more likely to use condoms consistently in commercial sex compared to those with less positive belief. So, we can say that the levels of McLeroy that were used here were interpersonal, intrapersonal, um, community, and policy, because the participants were following the activities together, the positive believers and the less positive believers, which means that the positive believers had an impact on the less positive believers, and the activities also help the less positive believers to actually follow the uh, follow the use of condoms. These are my references. Thank you for listening and